Good morning. Yes. I don't know how I managed to do that, really. Yeah, thank you. You're welcome. Oh dear Lord. Oh my goodness. Just sorting through, so many different topics and discussions. To speak out loud about any of them, I'm not sure. Well, you know, you leave it up to me, and it is up to me, right? Well, you don't. Well, I'm just saying, there's a lot of different subjects there. Topics, discussions, key points, elements to even speak out loud about any of them, and for me to try to pick and choose and decipher and sort through all of those topics, and for me to even be in the space that I'm looking in this Dropbox and choosing from these topics. I don't even have to look in the Dropbox. No, I can just say fuck all. Go to 7-Eleven and get me a Big Slam. Do they still sell Big Slams? Oh, they're famous for the slushies, the Slurpees. So, Big Gulps? Big Gulps, okay. I'm trying to figure out where I am. It's a big gulp over there, but a big slam over there. Hey, kind of just like the trafficking lines. You're either gulping or slamming. It's good to know where you are. You see, these words, it helps us to understand sometimes what part of the continent people are talking about. You know, like a disease. It's good to learn about these things, certain words. Sometimes you can break them down and you'll know, oh, they're talking about the respiratory system, the thorax area. Oh, that would be the lumbar system. Do they even know what I'm saying? I know, and I think they're about to kill me. They're getting pissed off. Talking about the lumbar system. They want drugs, man. They're not here to heal. They just want the fucking drugs. Right. But can we add in the healing and give them the drugs too? Well, I know, and then, I mean, when you have access to all the healthcare records and doctor's office, I mean, you know who's prescribed what, who's in what rehab groups. You know who's red flagged. Right, I mean, the healthcare records and doctor's offices and stuff has been one of the main sources they use, and the state workers. We've explained this for so many years. Right, I mean, there's a lot of people who work in those occupations that know that goes on too. Just like we know what goes on out here in this world, not in the office. I mean, the stuff they know that's going on involves people outside of the office, right? I mean, sometimes it's hard for people to comprehend that, and everyone wants to play these games. It's sick. Power and control from the streets all the way up to the top. Who wants power? Is it about power? Well, no shit. I mean, they're arguing an awful lot about power supplies, right? You know that... I'm not even gonna go there. I'll leave that one alone for a second. What's that? Oh, those deals with what? BlackRock? I don't think that has anything to do with that. Hold on. I don't think. What are you talking about? Oh, that doesn't make any sense. Hold on. I know you're just doing that on purpose now, so I can try to clear up your confusion. Hold on. I know you're not confused. Why are you saying it like that? That has nothing to do with BlackRock. Hold on. Oh, I see. Hold on. BlackRock. Oh, okay. Sorry. You're totally right about that. I thought you were fucking with me. Oh, that. Yeah. Yeah, that would make sense. Sorry. Yeah, I thought you were talking about something else. Alright, so I'll just read this article. Thank you. BlackRock controls power companies through direct asset ownership and massive equity holdings. Its infrastructure subsidiary. So yeah, and someone else is asking, how do I know what I'm reading? And they just sent me as real and actual article, and it's not just BS to try to trick me. Because I just skimmed down through it, and a lot of it was like, oh yeah, it reminded me, and I can see where the article's from. So I mean, if it was information that didn't make sense, but where this is all, yeah, I know what they're talking about now. And yeah, that's all on the up and up. I can read it pretty quickly and see what they're talking about. Someone else was asking, oh, you're just going to read this article someone just sent you and take it as a grain of salt. I don't, yeah, you hear what you hear. It makes sense or it doesn't. It's bullshit or it's not. You can fact check it or not fact check it. You can feel a need to fact check it or not. It might not even be any concern to you. You don't care about any of this shit, man. You're looking for some Xanax? About to fucking pop your teeth right down your throat, motherfucker. No, for real. For real. Quick pop, man. One quick fucking pop and you'll be choking on those pearly whites quicker than you fucking got them, that's for sure. Anyways, BlackRock controls... There's a lot of people in class running their mouths. Hold on. I'm just kidding. BlackRock controls power companies through... I know, it's hard. If you're just listening on the speaker, it probably makes no sense. There's literally like 5 different groups, and all those groups have a lot of different people in it. Right, and so different listeners, sometimes I'm hitting a button and they can only hear what I say when I hit that button. So sometimes it seems so scattered and like, why did they just say that in the middle of this? It could just be to say a word, and the rest of it is all fluff and bullshit, and I just needed to say one word. Like a riddle. Who's calling the kettle black now? I don't get why that's a thing. Is it okay to call the kettle black? What does that even mean? Who's calling the kettle black now? The goddamn pen is blue. BlackRock controls power companies through direct asset ownership and massive equity holdings. Its infrastructure subsidiary, Global Infrastructure Partners, also known as GIP. What a GIP. Do you say GIP? Oh, you say GIP. GIP, 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 GIP. Global Infrastructure Partners agreed to acquire major listed utility, AES Corp, and a finalized $6.2 billion buyout. Big difference. $6.2 billion buyout of Elite, ALLETE, parent of Minnesota Power. These private equity buyouts give the firm direct control over captive utility customers and generation assets. Now, has there been any problems in your state or areas around your electric companies? You know, I know here in the state of Maine, there's been some issues, you know, with the, not just electric, but cable. Right? I mean, what's going on with that? You know, it seems for years, you know, you got satellite TV, cable TV, state and federal, left or right. I never know what to choose. This is why many go off. I know. And then when they do that, people try to ostracize them. It's just sad. Is it a Jesus drinking group? I know. See, that got old, didn't it? I know for years they try to say it's one of them Jesus drinking groups. If you didn't want to conform to Western medicine, you were a bit of a granola. Oh, Jesus juice drinkers. Why would they say that? As though anybody that was... I know, it almost turned into, anybody that was extra eccentric or wore Birkenstocks and had armpit hair. I mean, holy shit, right? It's just so childish and immature, really, when you think about some of these different communities heavily connected to drug trafficking and business people from out of state. I know, and when you look at over the years what's been going on with all this stuff, it seems like a lot of these power company people and others connected to some of these big businesses being affected by technology, AI. Yeah, I mean, hence, and see how it doesn't ever get touched on? You have all these people not really talking about reality and having discussions that help to bring clarity and understanding. It's all these little shadow games they're playing for their buddies that have stakes and ties and natural gas or... I know, and they're targeting each other. They have for years, huh? Cutting cables, sliming satellites. Who put slime on my satellite? It's not very nice. You got something against satellites, or? You must work for the cable company, don't you? I don't remember, this was a joke when we were kids, you remember? Because we didn't get cable, was it? I know some people don't even use cable anymore, and I can remember when we were excited to get it. It's so weird, just how fast these MP3 players, you've seen it happen with other things. Go ahead, tell the children. I know, and now you've turned into your parents. You gotta take the good with the bad, huh? Right. I mean, they exist, then they're not as popular. Right. I mean, I guess it's whatever is marketed, or... I mean, you can only buy what's at the store, right? Right, so when was the first online purchase made? Do you know that? That's a good question. When was the first online purchase made? 1979 by English entrepreneur Michael Aldrich. He connected a modified television to a transaction processing computer via telephone lines, allowing consumers to securely shop from home long before the internet even existed. It's interesting. That'd be a good one for class. 1984, the world's first B2C online shopping transaction occurred when 72-year-old Jane Snowball used Aldrich's system to order groceries from Tesco via her TV. 1992, Bookstacks Unlimited launched, marketing one of the very first online bookstores and early consumer-facing e-commerce websites. Right, so I mean, that's such a booming industry, and when you see some of the people, especially connected to different news stations and stuff like that, right in line with a lot of the book funding. Right, I mean, it's so dumb. Because, right, there's such a great appreciation for books and writing, right? Why is there so much fucking bullshit? You gotta know, I guess, that it's like the Netflix of books. You know, you gotta know what's good and what's not. I mean, how do you know, though? What's gonna be an interesting read? Right, well, when you see that some people have totally different tastes, magazines, music, what poll are you going by? I know, because you know what, it seems like a lot of times the things that get bad reviews are the things I like. And the things that they give the best reviews to are fucking shit. Fucking bullshit, fucking funded, nasty, fucking stupid, fucking horrible. Just horrible people, horrible fucking information, horrible writing, horrible shows, horrible news broadcasting. It's all fucking horrible. They all fucking suck. Not all of them. There's some good ones in there over the years, you know. I know, and it seems like all the ones that were good, they tried to capitalize on. And you can see what they've done to them. I know, some of them went insane. Some killed themselves, you know. So they say. You know, I don't think that was an accident. No. Right, so I mean, what can you do about those things when you understand the collaborative effort of some of these different things? I mean, how can you expose it? Right, I mean, when you think about the issues with Big Pharma and the vaccines, and you see how they don't talk about that, and they promote it, and they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. You're just going by who said? Or the CDC. What happened to the WHO? Who? Remember, they were talked about for a little while, and then it was like, who? The WHO. So what's the CDC? 6 or 7? I'm not voting. I just can all fuck off, really. Bunch of fucking spoiled, astute, entitled. I mean, they take it for granted, too. I think it's because they know, like, they feel like they're protected, and they know we have certain laws that protect them. Yeah, how some of these sickos have taken advantage of that, and how they set up shop in other countries and get the immigrants here, right? Yeah, so what was his name was talking about that? Stephen Gardner, yeah, last night on his show was talking about that. Class for some reason wanted to discuss that a little bit more in depth to bring an understanding. I know when you see how the original concerns, when people, just like with the abortion clinics and the farms and all these other businesses, you try to bring up just a few doing some pretty sick, dangerous, horrible things. Oftentimes not even the whole business, just a few of the workers. When you understand these things, and then you have illegal chop shops, right? I mean, it's hard enough, right? Is it harder or easier with the illegal ones or the legal ones? The legal ones can be harder, huh? Yeah, because it's so watched. You know, it's so watched. Mm-hmm. I know, you got to kind of find the other ends, you know? Because it's usually when you understand the Bible Belt stuff and you see how these breezeways, where there's a lot of funding, pit stops, and then how they traffic it to other areas. The guns, the drugs, they fuck the funding, the inner city programs. It's horrible. This has gone on for years. Right. And then they have issues over there. They're talking about, yeah, the Bloods, the Crips, and these kids, growing up 16, 17, they think it's cool. Want to be like Tupac and want to be like Mike. Want to be like Mike. When they run around in the streets, they get into some trouble, get involved with the drugs, some overdose, some get arrested. Right? Right, dealers? Isn't that how it works? Right, some go to jail, some get arrested, some die. Some lead a better path, right? You hear that all the time, right? People that were involved with that stuff when they were younger. Yeah, I know a lot of them that were in the Bloods and the Crips, and they're doing a lot better now. Yeah, they all lead really good lives, got help. Right, well, that's how it works, right? I know, they flood the place with drugs. They're horrible. They get people all worried, my baby's gonna be... They get them all worried, And then, whew, in comes the cavalry with the nice rehab programs, set them on a better path. And they usually do, right? Many go into politics and become salespeople, and they turn that page, It's so great to see. Right, so when you understand how this is all so fucking calculated, and it's so sickening, and the race, you understand the race hate. They kick up so that when people try to bring awareness to those things, just like the chop shops or the farms or the abortion clinics, they kick up the racial hate and debate, and it turns into these wars of race, transgender. I mean, when did the transgender stuff start? That really didn't seem to be in the mix, right? Because they got to throw more things in the pot, because when people aren't falling for the race stuff anymore, just like a lot of the kids, they can't get them with the drugs anymore. So what do they want to do? Will they spray paint something? Burn a Bible? Let's see. Yeah, they don't want to mess with the drugs. They know drugs are bad. They learn drugs are bad. So they don't want to mess with that. Do they want to try to help get the Karens, non-vaxxers, bullies? What do you think will pull at their heartstrings? Let's see. You gotta see where they're from. Look at their background a little bit. Hold on. Oh, you'll probably be able to get them. Yeah, with the non-vaxxer stuff for sure. Nazis. Get the Nazis. Yeah, see how by saying get the Nazis, it's these big groups, right, going back and forth with this white on black, Nazis, bullshit, right? Because there's levels, right? So boom, yeah, you get the noise going. Left or right, boom. Okay, then you get the two big groups, and then you got to kind of start getting a little more personal, getting down into the levels, case sensitive. Right, because a lot of them, they're just out there. It's a revolution. They're fighting for something. Look at all the people. Remember Tommy Robinson? All those people walking up the street over there. Elon Musk gets on the screen. I mean, there are thousands and thousands of people. For what? For what? Right, so then when you start going, what are these people even talking about? Elon Musk is into different stuff, business, AI. He catered to the psychos with their electric car idea. It's not a bad idea. It's electric, solar-powered vehicles. Why not have that as a backup, yeah? I know, then you're not using too much of, yeah, like hybrids. They make hybrids back in the day. Right, so when you start to get into these wars going on with AI, so to speak, cable, satellite, power supplies. Now, how would that be connected to the IRGC and these trafficking groups that traffic stuff? Materials. I mean, who traffics the materials that are used to make the satellites, to make the cable wires? I mean, it's a lot of material, right? When you think of the manpower, it's a non-stop 24/7. People mining and drilling and working and making money, you know. Want to make money, man. You don't want to wind up a poor person. That's for sure. Yeah. The birth of modern web-based e-commerce net market processed the first secure retail transaction over the web. A Sting CD. Pizza Hut launched PizzaNet, and Amazon was founded as an online bookstore. A Sting CD, pizza, and a bookstore. In 1995, the landscape exploded with the launches of Amazon and eBay, originally called Auction Web. I know many of you already know this stuff. Yes, us too. I know it's pretty well-known history. Apparently, I don't know, a lot of people don't seem to, I don't know, it's weird. A lot of it's not really educated about, yeah. It seems like a lot of this education should be in the public schools too, right? Learning about the internet. I mean, you're going to learn about the history of George Washington and D-Day, right? I mean, they find that so important, right? They spend a lot of time learning about these things. My son can tell me all about it. Spend hours working on a freaking D-Day boat project. Don't you think it'd be good for them to learn about the history of the internet as well? I don't think so. I don't think a lot of them seem to understand. Right, and how about teaching them about the capabilities, the dangers, security and surveillance? It doesn't seem like they teach them a lot of that stuff. And a lot of teachers and state workers have been targeting kids, especially those that they feel threatened by, and then promoting others, right, and getting involved with different YouTubers and stuff like that to get the Karens and the non-vaxxers and the bullies. I mean, Russell Brand and people like Ashman Gold and them guys can tell you all about it, I'm sure. Well, when a lot of their audience, has been based on that. I know my son, growing, he's 17 now, yeah. I know he's gonna be, yeah, well, close enough. Close enough. About another month, huh? He might as well be 22. Yeah. But yeah, I remember he used to like Ashman. I think he still does. He said he doesn't watch him as much as he used to. Right, and I remember when was it probably, let's say, like 2019, 2020, 2021. It probably, I'd say, yeah, 2019 to 2022 would probably be a 3-year gap I'd use for that. Frame I'd use for that. Yeah, and I remember he was, yeah, like Penguin and all them, and those guys, I mean, you see their videos, they get like hundreds of thousands of views within hours, they rack up quite a few views pretty quickly. Large audience base, a lot of gamers and stuff like that. But anyways, yeah, Robbie used to love watching him. And I can remember he had his little list going. If your mom's a Karen, right? I know he was giving me the bun taps and screaming in my face, and right, just saying really off-kilter things, right? And then testing too if your parent is racist, right? And so the Karen thing, because it was more so with the racist stuff at first. Some of these punks here in Augusta, Maine, fucking our kids. Yeah, it was like a lot of the race stuff first, and then when people were trying to bring attention to that, and also some of the freaks targeting people with the last name Karen. Yeah, my Meme and Pepe, their last name was Karen. My middle name is Karen. Why would they be targeting them? You try to explain to some of these younger guys or people that get involved, and you think it's innocent, right? Yeah, you're working with some really horrible, horrible scumbags. Right, so they get the younger ones to think, yeah, it's all fun, get the Karens, non-vaxxers, bullies, and then when they're purposely targeting people, snitches. Yeah, I mean, you can connect a lot of some of these high-level cases. Yeah, when you go back to like 9/11 and a lot of the drug busts happening back then. But yeah, it was more racist stuff, and then it got more associated to Karens. Right, because they want to make it look innocent, right? Kind of like how they peddled the